helped me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The text came at 11:57 p.m. You forgot, didn't you? My heart froze. I was still in the back seat of my boss's car, city lights flashing like nervous blinks through the tinted windows. Laughter from the restaurant still rang faintly in my ears, wine, chatter, and the faint smell of grilled salmon clinging to my blouse. The moment I saw my husband's name on the screen, everything inside me fell silent. I looked at the clock again. 11:57 p.m. Our anniversary. My throat tightened as guilt slid coldly through me. I had spent the entire evening pretending to listen to Martin, my boss, talk about upcoming promotions, half flirting, half networking, while Daniel, the man who never forgot a single date, waited for me at home with the dinner I had promised to make. I typed back quickly. I'm so sorry. I lost track of time. I'll be home soon. His reply came instantly. Don't rush. Dinner's cold now. That one sentence hurt more than any shout could have. The ride home felt endless. Every passing streetlight felt like an accusation. I kept replaying the dinner in my head. How Martin's hand brushed mine when he poured more wine. How I didn't pull away. How I laughed too easily at his jokes. How I told myself it was harmless. Professional. Normal. When I opened the door to our house, the scent hit me first. Steak, roasted potatoes, and the faint sweetness of the chocolate cake I had baked the night before and forgotten to frost. Candles had melted into wax puddles on the table. 2 plates sat untouched. Daniel was sitting on the couch, staring at the dark TV screen. He didn't look at me right away. Daniel, I began softly. He finally turned his head. Did Martin enjoy the food? The words landed like glass shattering in a quiet room. I froze. What do you mean? He stood, eyes tired but sharp. I called your office when I realized you weren't home. Your secretary said you'd gone to dinner with him. It was just dinner, I said quickly, hearing how defensive I sounded. Work dinner. I didn't mean to stay so late. Daniel's voice was low, controlled. You didn't mean to forget our anniversary either, I suppose? Silence swallowed the room. My chest felt tight. I'm sorry, I whispered. I didn't realize how late it was. Just what? He interrupted. You've been distant for weeks, always checking your phone, smiling at texts you won't explain. His words sliced through every excuse I had built to protect myself. I swallowed. It's not what you think. Then tell me what it is, he said, stepping closer. I couldn't, because I wasn't entirely sure myself. I had liked the attention, the way Martin made me feel seen and clever. He complimented my ideas, laughed at my sarcasm, and never looked at me like I was something predictable. After 7 years of marriage, Daniel's love felt steady, but quiet. Safe. Maybe too safe. I just needed to feel. I began, then stopped. There was no way to finish that sentence without betraying him further. Daniel exhaled heavily and walked toward the kitchen. He picked up the half-melted candles, his movements deliberate. Do you even know what I was doing while you were out? I shook my head. He opened the oven and pulled out something wrapped in foil. I was keeping this warm for you. You said you wanted to try that new recipe together. So I cooked it. For us. The smell of rosemary and garlic filled the air. I could see the effort in every little detail. Our best plates, the neatly folded napkins, the wine glasses waiting patiently on the table. Tears burned behind my eyes. Daniel, please. I didn't do anything wrong. He turned, eyes full of something beyond anger, something quieter, sadder. You did plenty wrong, Maya. You didn't cheat with your body, but you left me behind long before tonight. I couldn't speak. He wasn't yelling. That somehow made it worse. I sat down at the table. The steak was cold, just like he said. I wanted to cry, to scream, to say something that could rewind the night. But all I managed was a whisper. I didn't mean for it to happen like this. Daniel sat across from me. For a long time, neither of us spoke. The clock ticked loud in the silence, marking the slow death of something once warm. Finally, he said, "Did you like him?" I hesitated. No, I mean, he's just my boss. But you liked how he made you feel. That time, I couldn't deny it. Yes, I said quietly. He nodded once, as if confirming something he already knew. That's what hurts the most. You didn't need him to touch you to betray me. The word betray felt too heavy to bear. Daniel, please don't say that. I love you. He looked up at me with tired eyes. Do you? Or do you just love who I used to be when things were new and exciting? The question stabbed deeper than any accusation could. I tried to reach for his hand, but he pulled it away. I waited for you, Maya. I kept telling myself there was a reason. I thought maybe something had happened at work. I even told myself you'd surprise me. But when I saw your text, when I realized you weren't coming, I knew. Knew what? That I'm not the person you look forward to seeing in a mall. Tears spilled over. Please don't say that. I made a mistake. I forgot the time. I forgot the date. But I didn't forget you. He smiled sadly. You did. Tonight proved it. The sound of his chair scraping back echoed through the room. He walked toward the door, grabbed his keys, and paused. I need air. Where are you going? I asked, my voice trembling. I don't know. Maybe somewhere I don't feel invisible. The door clicked shut behind him. I sat there for what felt like hours. The candles had burned down to stubs. The food had gone stone cold. The house felt emptier than I had ever known it could. When I finally stood to clean up, my phone buzzed. A message from Martin. Great dinner tonight. You were incredible. Hope your husband isn't too mad winking-faced. I stared at the screen until my vision blurred, then deleted the message. But the damage was already done. That night, I lay in bed alone, the imprint of Daniel's pillow cold beside me. The guilt was unbearable, but underneath it was something worse, realization. I hadn't just forgotten an anniversary. I had forgotten what it meant to be present, to love without distraction, to fight for something before it slipped away. When the sun rose, I sent him a message. I'm sorry for everything. I'll wait for you to come home. Hours passed before he replied. I don't know if I'm coming back yet. I stared at those words, my heart breaking with a quiet, helpless ache. The betrayal wasn't a single moment. It was 1,000 small choices, a slow drift I never noticed until I was standing alone in the wreckage of what used to be us. And for the first time, I truly understood that forgetting someone doesn't happen all at once. It happens the moment you start remembering yourself more than them.